Hey guys, Youngblood with you, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at the 2.3 PTU new ship that's in Hangar, and that's going to go ahead and be the Starfarer. If you can't tell right now, this ship is a behemoth. Let's take a little jog over here. Here's the new Revel in York Hangar, by the way. It is gigantic. And we've seen big ships in game, like the Retaliator. We've seen big ships in game, like the Constellation, but this thing dwarfs all of them. So I want to show off a couple things, and this was on around the verse, so I'm going to try and make this relatively quick. The turrets there are the flat style that are relatively similar to the Retaliator as opposed to the Constellation, that you actually flip upside down to gun in with size 2 weapons on each side, and they appear to be Badgers, so that's pretty good firepower on the backside considering there's 2 of them. Let's go ahead and hoof it. Oh, cool. New hangar has a desk out here. Up front is where the exciting things are happening on this ship from the exterior, because you've got these gimbaled size 4 weapons on this side. You've also got them on the other side, which you'll see in just a minute. There you go. And this little grate in the middle is what was missing on the Around the Verse video, and that's actually going to be your fuel intake. And that was something that was missing because it wasn't done, but that's good. It's going to allow you to fly around a gas giant and actually take in hydrogen to convert to fuel. Now let's go ahead and hit a button to give you the scope of this ship. That's the landing pad. One little gear. That's your character. I mean, this ship is freaking huge. And when you look at the detail on this ship, I mean, it's incredible. You've got pipes leading down to every single one of these fuel pods. You've got these couplers that are in place. You've got different wires that are in place. And when we get upstairs, you're actually going to notice that there's different opportunities there for, you know, like managing each fuel pod. Now, along this center line, there's actually supposed to be a refueling arm. I don't see it in here yet. It was missing in the earlier video that we saw. So it's something that's going to be coming. But the primary access into the ship is here, and this gigantic landing skid comes out, which is a really good omen about how much cargo you can carry. Because when you get up in here, the cargo area is pretty damn big. Now, it's not as big as I necessarily expected now that I'm actually in here, but again, going third person, it's pretty good. It's a good size. It's bigger than like a Constellation's area, and there's a lot of headroom to where you can probably stack things really high. Now, could you fit a snub or something in here? Yes. You're probably not going to fit something tall. Like a small flat ship you might be able to squeeze out of here if you really wanted to. Maybe like a snub nose or maybe a Gladius, but you're not going to be fitting like a Cartual through there. So I don't want to say the dreams of this being a pocket carrier are gone, but they're not great. So in this cargo area, you've got 6 jump seats there. You've got another 6 over here. And let's go ahead and move inside. Through here, cargo area, you've got the netting to where you can store maybe weapons and stuff. And in here you've got an exit area here and an exit area there where you can actually store and utilize EVA suits to go outside the ship. And here you're actually going to take advantage of a docking port, which is going to be where you're actually going to be coming into this ship if you decide to in space, because utilizing a giant door on the back is not going to be your best option. So from here there's only one way up. It's not over here. It is here. And in this we have stairs, which gives you a scope of the size of the ship because it is significantly larger than anything we've seen. There's not ladders, there's not elevators. Well, there are elevators, but nothing else to this point has had stairs. Well, I guess the Redeemer has stairs, but it's not the same way. So here's one flight of stairs. Lock 1. This is going to take us to another airlock. This little nodule here and that one there is probably about fuel control, but this is where you actually get onto the fuel platform. And these little controls over here are the ones I was talking about, to where you can actually get readings on what's actually included in all of these tanks. Can you imagine standing here watching another ship flying behind you while in an EVA suit watching them refuel? Pretty incredible. Alright, now back here, over there, and over here, you've got these elevators, and it may not look like an elevator, but you can call the lift here. Climb on, and hit use lift. It's a little buggy. There we go. Alright, so now that we're in here, there's a couple different things you can do. These are all going to be EVA slots. Boom, boom, boom. There's the other side's elevator. You got more access panels, and when you come out here, you end up in the gravity generator. It kind of looks like the one that's going to be in the FPS arena. And from here, you get access to, you can see, and I'll go to the other side so you can actually see it a little bit closer. I'm assuming that's going to be your main power, or your main power plant, or thrusters or something. But back here, you've got escape pods. And the reason that there's escape pods back here is because there's more up by the neck. But it's going to take a really long time to run from here to the front of the ship. And if you need to get out in a hurry, you need to kind of space these out. So there are escape pods back here. And you can run down this long hallway, and I'll show you the stuff on the right in a sec. Here you've got visible access to the stuff that's happening outside. But here's where you get into those rear-facing turrets. Now, what I wanted to show you here was the access panel to engineering type things. There's access panel 1, could be shields. Access panel 2 could be shield 2. Access panel 3 could end up being like thrusters. The component system, when it's in place, is going to be there. And this ship is very symmetrical, so that would be on the other side of the ship as well. Let's go ahead and continue our journey. See, you can tuck in, and here's more. Moving forward, kind of another like maintenance area. You could probably control fuel pumps from here, or different systems on the ship. And if you look at the floor, maintenance points back towards the areas where you can control. You've got cargo pointing down, which we've already been. Living quarters is facing forward. So if we actually want to go up, we can take the stairs, but why take the stairs when you could take an elevator? Assuming you hit the button right. Come on. Alright, these things are a little finicky, so we're going to go up the stairs. So here we are, one down to maintenance level, of course, but let's go ahead and check out the living area. Immediately upon coming in, you get the dining area for the crew, you've got the kitchen, but let's check out the captain's quarters. When you're the captain, you don't always want to have to run all the way to the bridge to see what's going on. In the Starfarer, you've got a kind of command center within your bunk. Also in here, you've got your bunk with a nice little spaceman-themed comforter, the shower/toilet, a sink, and I would go ahead and assume that somewhere in here is going to end up being the fish tank. Probably right here. You also have a nice little window to check out the outside. Now most of your crew, on the other hand, isn't going to be spending their time there. Your crew, nope, wrong door, is going to be in here. And you can see the bunks that are laid out. You've got different lockers that are in place. They get a window as well. And they also get bathrooms. Male, female. Because we're equal opportunity employers. And benches to wait because, you know, there's always lines at the bathroom. Elevator. Elevator. Seat to get into the massive turret up top, size dependent on your variant. Now you can also come over here, where you actually get a staircase with cool animations, and all of a sudden you're in one of the engineering corridors. Basically, you can climb out of your bunk and get in here really quickly. This is one of my favorite things. You actually have to go prone to get through here. Super immersive opportunities for gameplay. And again, you're going to notice the panels over here so you can actually start working on stuff. So let me get my bearings again. Oh yeah, here we go. Oop. Power plant, or whatever this is. Main engine, main thrusters, fuel distributor. I don't know what it is, but you've got controls here. It looks like a giant or railroad engine, so I'm going to go ahead and guess that's what that is. More controls to work on your ship. More escape pods. And again, that's going to be the run back to the back starboard rear-facing turret. So again, we've kind of made full circle. Living quarters again, facing you towards that lift. We're just on the other side of the ship. So I want to go back down to the cargo level for a second. I mean, this thing's like a flying building. And in here, that's the exterior of the ship. We've already done that. But over here, you actually get the screen for a cargo manifest. So if you want to manage your cargo, maybe order people around, that's how you're going to do it. And you have these signs on the walls to kind of help you out. So ESC, so escape. We're heading towards the bridge of the ship. Escape pod 246. Over here we're going to have 531. And that's going to be for the people that are hanging out on the bridge, to where we've got an operational seat, probably pilot, co-pilot, and of course the captain's chair. Now taking a look at the visibility here, the captain's going to have some nice visibility out that window, in that window, that most people aren't going to have, but the overall visibility is actually fairly decent for a ship like this. It's not great, you know, especially when you're back here in the captain's seat, it's going to be kind of limited. But when you're actually up in these seats, it's a little bit better, not quite as intrusive. Let's go ahead and hop in one for you. It's a midship, so it's very reminiscent of the Freelancer. That being said, it doesn't have the obnoxious bars that the Freelancer has. It's a nice touch. I'm having to re-record this, so I'm trying to think if there's anything I was missing. Here's another ladder so you can go back up top. And again, you're back in engineering. There's all these different pathways to get to what you need to. Like, here we go, another ladder. Emergency access panel, so if you need to really get to something. But here we are back in the crew quarters. It's a really, really cool ship. And then I wanted to try and show you, let me get back to it real quick. Actually, I think I already showed it to you. Whoop, glitched through the ship. Holy hell, here's the interior. Alright, well, here's the good news. I showed you most of the ship. If you have questions about any of this, please let me know, because I think I hit it all. I've done it twice now. I screwed up my microphone the first time. But overall, I think the ship is very awesome. I'm really excited to be in here. If you have questions, let me know. I'll show you whatever you're missing. And that's going to be it. So, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have yourselves a good night. Appreciate you dealing with the fail here at the end, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.